Hello, thank you for starting this training video on the SSOR profile. This video's training agenda consists of the following profile topics: introduction, how to add or edit SSOA and RTA profile data with a walkthrough, how to add a new RTA with a walkthrough. We'll discuss declined RTAs, approved RTAs, and new mode requests. Okay, let's get started. What information can be found within the profile? The Profile Data category under the Agency Management tab is home to basic information, contact information, mode information, coordination data, SSOA authority data, documents, waivers, and comments on Rail Transit Agency, or RTAs, under the SSOA's authority. How to add or edit SSOA and RTA profile data. As first-time SSOR reporters, users will not have to enter the basic information for their organization into the SSOR system. Their assigned FTA program manager will do that for their SSOA in advance. In addition, the system automatically imports from the previous reporting year. SSOAs will need to review all the information entered to make sure it is current and correct, and that all the information required per 49 CFR Part 674.39 is recorded. For creation or editing of annual report data, it is always the primary and alternate reporters. The only exceptions for creation for those items are SSOA profiles and events. SSOA profiles cannot be created, and events are created by NTD. Now let's walk through how to add or edit SSOA or RTA profile data. Now, to add or edit SSOA or RTA profile data, click the Agency Management tab at the top of the page. Use the Report Year Selector dropdown to select the year to add or enter the data. Choose 2023. Click the profile link in the navigation bar at the top left of the screen. The system will display a new screen containing the SSOA profile information as a default. The profile form is broken into sections that can be collapsed or expanded to view all the data on one page, or hide sections to only view some of the data. So let's take a look at this SSOA profile page section. We have multiple sections here: report, submission information, basic information, FTA contact information, agency contact information. We also have agency address, coordination data. Scroll down, we have SSOA authority, documents, and we also have a comment section. Use the currently viewing dropdown to select the name of the organization and to edit its profile data. Note, the currently viewing dropdown can also be used to toggle between the SSOA or RTA profiles, like so. Click the Edit button located on the right of the screen at either the top or the bottom. Click Yes or No in the orange box at the top of the screen. SSOR displays this box asking if the user would like to carry over the data they entered to the next year's report. As an example, do you want to save changes to report year 2023 as well? Note, if a user clicks yes, any data entered for the 2023 reporting year will be overwritten by the data they are entering for the 2022 report. Therefore, if users are unsure as to whether anyone has entered new data for 2023, click no. For this demo, we'll click no. Complete all required data fields on the Edit Agency page for the SSOA. In this example, all data fields have already been keyed. However, if we were to show you, for instance, a field like phone number is off, you'll see an error indication by this red outline. And we will correct that. Click the Submit button to save the data and return to the SSOA profile page. In the SSOA profile, basic information about the agency is listed at the top of the screen. In the SSOA profile, basic information about the agency is listed at the top of the screen, such as the agency name, agency acronym used if any, and its 49 CFR Part 674.39 certification date. The FTA contact information section lists the FTA program manager for the agency and their contact information. The program manager here, contact information here. In this next section, we will discuss how to add a new RTA. The FTA Program Manager, overseeing the SSOA, will review the FTA validation team's recommendation to either approve or reject the request for the new RTA. If the FTA Program Manager approves, the RTA is added to the SSOR. If the request is rejected, the RTA is removed from the system. Now, let's walk through how to add a new RTA to the SSOA profile. To add a new RTA to the SSOA profile, first select the year to edit the data by clicking the Report Year drop-down menu and clicking the desired year. Click the Currently Viewing drop-down menu to select the name of the SSOA. When the SSOA is selected, the profile button on the navigation bar is also selected, and the text on the profile button is the navigation bar appears in bold black. Click the Currently Viewing drop-down menu to select the name of the SSOA. When the SSOA is selected, the profile button on the navigation bar is also selected, and the text on the profile button in the navigation bar appears in bold black. Click the Request New RTA button on the top right part of the screen, beneath the Currently Viewing drop-down menu and the bell notification icon. Here, the system will display a Create New Agency Request screen. Enter the required data into the form and click the Submit button to save the data to the SSOR database. Alternatively, the user may click the Cancel button to exit the form without saving the data. With either option, the user will be returned to the My Agency page upon clicking the desired selection. Upon clicking Submit, a screen will appear saying the system is saving the changes. Click the OK button to return to the My Agency screen. SSOR will display the My Agency screen under the Agency Management tab with the new provisional RTA displayed in the RTAs list. The provisional label will remain associated with this RTA until the FTA Program Manager for the SSOA approves it and its associated modes as an official RTA. While the RTA is awaiting FTA approval, SSOA reporters can add data in SSOR for that agency. However, the annual report cannot be submitted. SSOAs can only submit annual reports of official RTAs to FTA for validation and approval. The status of new RTAs pending review and approval can be viewed on the Request Management page, accessible via the Request Management quick link available on the home page. So we'll navigate to the home page and we'll look in the quick link section and we'll click Request Management. Now, on the Request Management page, SSOR conveys the status of the pending approval with a partially filled circle icon in the Request Status column of the request grid. And here's the record here with that status. As the RTA goes through the approval process, the circle icon will get filled in with color, indicating progress. Once the RTA has completed the approval process and has been approved, the status icon becomes a green bubble with a check mark in its center, and the provisional label is no longer displayed in the RTA's name. And here's a record with said status. Now, let's discuss declined RTAs. If for some reason a request for a new RTA is declined, the RTA will only appear on the Agency Management My Agency page in the RTA's list with the word declined in parentheses. The RTA will not appear elsewhere in the system. Now let's talk about approved RTAs and new modes requested. If the new RTA was approved as an agency with legitimate modes, SSOR reporters can update their annual report details for the new RTA. Any new modes requested will also have a pending status and will appear in the Modes and Engineering box. Once approved by the FTA, the status of the mode will be updated to in Engineering. After data for the mode has been entered into the NTD and the FTA team has assigned the NTD mode to the SSOR mode, the mode will then appear in the Modes in Service box of the Modes section of the RTA profile page. This concludes this video's training. For SSOR questions, please see the contact information on this slide.